Hello everybody. So it's up again, sketchbook review. This time will be my last sketchbook that I made in this year, just finished recently. So let's begin. Так. So here's some sketch of my friends, and this like I was draw a girl from Akira from manga. Так. And here I was on a trip and sketched some of my friends. So here it was a meeting about storytelling in the south of Taiwan. So it's like storytelling workshop, and my friends have a very cool spot. It's like what's it called, like a train, but just standing on a field on the backyard of the house. Here's some sketches. So for these sketches I was use Faber-Castell, this one, Pit. It's very interesting. It's like a brush, but not like real brush actually. Here it's my friends, they have like kind of dormitory for artists, so they call it Art Life. That's a very cool atmosphere. Like a very nice vibe. Then it was other day was the workshop. So it's like people who making stories about Taiwan, maybe about some like story for children or story about history of Taiwan, like some local treasures and things like this. And they was gathered together to like learn and exchange. And this my friend Miss Tan, she was make workshop. So it's like another like different meeting. We were like on a lunch, and she was also make workshop on the schools for children, like not workshop, like storytelling events. Here I have, sometimes I make some like short notes from lectures or workshop I watch. So here I was watch about design, and it's very cool concept about density of details. This is what I want to improve in my work. Sometimes I draw too many details and it's like too hard to focus maybe on some general idea, or it's like too overwhelming. So I want to improve with this distribution of details. And here this idea is like in design, it's you have like 3 area of details. So a big area should have like less details, and the middle kind of size area will have like middle amount of details, and the very small area should have like most of details. It's like also this like rules of snowman rule. It's called snowman rule because, like, you know, like snowman, he has this big ball and then middle ball and very small ball on top for his head. So this snowman rule is also can be applied for any composition or coloring thing. It's like you have like background, like main color, you have some of secondary color, and you have accent color, which is one detail, strong color, kind of this. So in here it's like on a falcon you have this like example. It's like density of details, but also it's kind of about light and dark. So it's like more details and a darker pieces, kind of this area feels. So here was some notes about drawing hairs. That's Kim Jong-gi. Yeah, I was kind of watching he drawing something. Here it's funny. I was see photo from desert, and there in the desert it's like was this how to say, like on the sand, this crease on the sand, so perfectly, like geometrically perfect. I was thinking like, wow, so cool. It's like zero entropy. And here we was in a car, just driving between meetings. Same, I was use this Faber-Castell pit. And here in a school, this school in it's like Aboriginal area, like so it's like a Taiwanese Aboriginal children's school. So Miss Tan, she like tells some stories about animals, about like have story about how first story was made and stuff like this. It's very interesting. So here she was telling story and make some demonstration with seeds, like from a local tree. So I was kind of attending these meetings and make my like diary sketch, like a journalist illustration. It was kind of very intense, and it's like, oh, I drew all these faces, all these portraits, and everybody's so interesting, like they see it very interesting, have like different special features on the face. So like this boy with this haircut. I also have in my channel have video live with Miss Tan, who was talking about my book. So here was some from workshop about, let me check name. It's a Will Weston workshop. So I was made also, he have like anatomy workshops and many stuff like this. Will Weston. So always when I watch I make some notes, and here was like a task to make some vases, kind of to practice composition. Here was drawing my pens, what pen and what kind of material I usually use. So same as this crease on the desert, this on the top of side. Here's some like funny drawings. It was a workshop with Adolfson, and you can check Domestika, have this famous artist. He drew very funny drawings of like doodles, and he have workshop about like how to draw different stuff on your face in your sketchbook. So then it was like a task. First was to draw what pen you use, and then was to draw like pen, like how to say, not real pen, just imagine any crazy kind of pen. So I have here like a mass destruction pen, or like pen from ice, or this kind of Swiss pen, laser pen, and a blood pen, so you like take blood from your finger and you can write. Just kind of very fun exercise to kind of release your imagination. And here was just try and make characters from different objects around. So it's like from my slippers, ink bottles. So I have this different kind of bottles. So I'm kind of in a war here. Mafia mugs. There was this drawing characters. So I was take Akira design from cartoon, and then I was kind of okay, I wanted to use same style but draw different like different dress, different design. So here is like all late Soviet, or like after Soviet Union in Russia. It's like very funny clothing style. So I was kind of try to make us like if Akira was in not in Japan but in Russia. And here I make with the colors, so you can see this kind of, you know, very funny, like a boots and sweater, sport clothes. Has this a lot of funny hat from America, like USA. It's like was a very weird fashion this time. Yeah, and here I was just keep drawing from Akira, just to practice, you know, just copy some art you like. And I like how it's simple but with preciseness. And here's from Ghost in a Shell. Here I just like draw some random poses. Again, Ghost in a Shell. Just these different characters. Again, I was just interested to draw and see what kind of poses this can be, and what kind of same design elements it have. So here just this gray, again was use Pete Faber-Castell for grays, just little shadows, and lion with high-tech with this pen. I like because have very good flow, and this black line. Here just have fun drawing different emojis. Just kind of, you know, just try to draw with this exaggerated expressions. Here's kind of trying to draw myself without reference, without mirror or photos. Just kind of draw myself how can I imagine myself how I looks, and then yeah, make this like kind of character sheet of myself. So it's like my summer look when I just like take backpack with water and paper here. So this what I take for urban sketching. Just like A3 board of watercolor paper and pencil, camera, everything put inside. And here I have comic book, just one page about drawing urban sketch. Yeah, I have this also, this comic book in my Instagram, you can check. My Instagram is city sketch. Okay, I will write here. City sketch. So here is a copy of artist from Ryan Berry, also on Instagram. You check out his Instagram. It's 9 monkeys. 9 monkey or 9 monkeys. I'm not sure. No, you will recognize his style. Also, like Ryan Berry is his real name. And here I like to study him because he does this perfect design of details density. He kind of always work with these areas of big amount of details, middle amount of details, and very busy amount of details. So very dense. So you see here, so it's like kind of this boy is like kind of middle amount. And here this is like very detailed, super busy with details. Also these details, they work like a gray value. So we have like white value, we have light gray, and then we have this dark gray value. So he very clever working with this. Here's just some tattoo guys. Here also like some copies, some characters from I find in internet as some cartoon, and I was just find it interesting to copy different types. Just to learn from professionals, kind of how they make these character boards. Here it's just sketch random stuff. Also some guys on bicycle. And here's my cleaning robot. Here is me. I have this ball sometimes for punch. Yeah, so it's nice exercise. Here a sketch just was kind of study this style of anime. Have this cartoon called Memory. It's like Katsuhiro Otomo cartoon. Memory from Future or Memories, kind of this name. So here I was drawing like mix fighters. So they have this like punching each other, make submissions. They have very cool gestures. You know how they tangled. Like here he submission his leg, and they like became like this meat mess. Here it's just so interesting. So just Google some random images from mix fight, and it's very interesting to draw. Here I was working on some design of character for my future comic book. It's also some character design. And here some practice with drawing perspective grid on landscape. It's New York Times Square. And again some studies of characters from some cartoon. Maybe if you recognize, you can write me in the comment, because I just find this image in Google, and it was without name of cartoon, just kind of says character sheet. So in here I did this perspective grid practice for drawing cities. So it's just, again, find some photo, like here is New York, and organize this on a grid, on a perspective grid. So where is horizon line, where is line grids, and I made a tutorial on my channel. I will put link on description so you can check out tutorial about how to do this, and it's very important practice. So here some more these drawings. This also I was draw this on a stream, on my previous streams in my channel, so you can check it out. And this, it's a photo from my trip in 2015 in Hong Kong. So I have like bunch of photo, and here you can see this, like this one. It's like so much cyberpunk. It's just amazing, insane. Here are some random sketches. It's like view from window, from my balcony. Again, some perspective grids. Here this time it's Nice. So before I was avoiding drawing too much focus on perspective technique, but now I want to make it more kind of calculated in my drawing. So I start to practice with this, like how to make a grid, so it will be more kind of programmed. And it's very interesting. Yeah, now I prefer more using grids in my urban sketches. Here again some from Memento or Memories from Future, Katsuhiro Atoma. Some random sketches. So here's note from workshop I was watching. Here I was make notes on my workshop, just talking about composition, how to organize urban sketch, how to have these different elements. Also you can see a tutorial about urban sketch on my channel. Yeah. So here I talk about these shapes, lines, how to draw trees. It's like what is the idea of drawing trees, just basic principles. And here all this description, also about thumbnails. Thumbnails very important thing to use when you draw. Here just some random sketch of everything. I even don't remember from where. Yeah, I think it's from Kim Jong-gi. I was just watching Kim Jong-gi lecture and sketch. Here I was sketch as like a quick demo on my workshop. Again, just explain like main principles, how I organize these elements, like when we have road, background, foreground, have some of these elements on the foreground, some people walk, some vehicles, birds and stuff like that. Here's some practice of drawing people in perspective, just like different age, different pose, just for fun, some random drawings. Here I was watching a video on YouTube, this one from Jill Roberts. You can check also his YouTube. He have very interesting tutorials, and here he was talking about this light and shadow. It's kind of also in a book, like I will show you a book, very cool. It's Loomis, you know, very famous guy. Creative illustration, Andrew Loomis. So here he also talk about these basics about light and shadow. Let me find like this. And it's kind of school from Howard Pyle. So it's like old illustrator. He very cool about making these main values like light, middle and darks. So, and also here Jill Roberts, he made tutorial, very cool. Just so I was follow his tutorial and make this drawing. And here again Ryan Berry, so you can see how insanely he make all these details. But most important here, he kind of have two very remarkable skills. I think it's perspective. He draws his figures and construction in perspective very well. And the second one is design of details, how he organize all these details. Again, you can see like no detail area, like kind of middle amount of detail, and a lot of detail, like very busy. So I kind of want to get this thing from him, so kind of copy and try to understand how it works, how he organize all this. So it's again it's his thing. And it's kind of also Katsuhiro Otomo Akira thing. He made this very well. So you see again like big no detail area, like kind of middle detail, and very busy, like small detail, very busy, a lot of detail. So Ryan Berry, 9 Monkeys on Instagram, check out. He also draw comic books, very cool. Here's some just sketch in south of Taiwan. Just try some markers. Here is Don Coley. He very cool artist who draw also a lot of sketch of people portraits in public places. He draw like also in a subway, in a cafe, everywhere. So it's also actually it's like from him I was know about this pit marker. Is he use a lot of this pit. He also use like bigger size. I have like this fat markers with pit. And same I was kind of copy his portraits to see what kind of lines he use when he draw hands, when he draw hair. So here's Don Coley. So it's if you want to draw, if you draw people on like quick portraits, like subway and cafe everywhere, you should to know Don Coley. He is cool. He is official artist of Faber-Castell. Here's some sketch of tree in a park. Here was just quick funny sketch about Gaba tea. Like Elon Musk like drink Gaba tea, stuff like that. So here is just some experiment, different material and drawing portraits. Here it's have a Instagram called Earth World, and it's the real name Earth, and he or she, I don't know, make a lot of photo of people in America, and he like post all these portraits, photo portraits on his Instagram. So it's like a lot of artists watching him. It's like very interesting references. So here I also was sketch some of his portraits. Just try like different materials, different surface. And here again Ryan Berry. just some study from him. Here I was draw this Russian gun Vintares, just again for some research. Here some trees I draw in the park in Taiwan. It's just very interesting. It's like have this fruit, and it's a lot of bees flying around. Again, raspberry. And here I was drawing perspective grid in it's Venice. Yeah, it's Venice. So I was like trying different way of you applying perspective grid on a sketch, because sometimes some picture you can see a lot of vanishing point, and then I was interested in what if I can simplify perspective to only one curvilinear perspective with one vanishing point. So just use one vanishing point and make this curvilinear grid, and it's actually work very good. So in some composition it's a very good idea to use this curvilinear grid. So here it was drawing of knees from live video. I have series on my YouTube, like virtual urban sketching. So I find a bunch of live videos, like camera streaming live, and here it was live from Venice, and you can check this video and I will see all process of me drawing this picture, and also you can see this video in description, have a link to this camera, to this live view. Here I was reading a book about perspective and just make some notes. It's a framed perspective. Same author who make book Framed Ink. You should read it for sure. Here's some quick sketch in South Taiwan. Small cafe. And again some knees from my stream, virtual urban sketch. And here I was use this curvilinear grid. So you can see again video process. I will put in description the link to this video. Here some notes again from book about perspective. Some drawing of shoes, stuff like that. Here's some practice of watercolor. Here's like a sunset in the winter in Russia. Again some live sketch from park near my house. This tree very interesting. So you see kind of this thing is very important to be deliberate when you organize details. That's why I very appreciate Ryan Berry, 9 Monkeys Instagram, check out, because how he, also Katsuhiro Otomo and Mobius, so they're kind of masters who work with this very well. Everybody should to learn, if you work with line art, so it's kind of important thing. Here it's New York. Also I make live stream when I was sketch this New York view, and it's also have live camera you can watch, and this is so fantastic. Yeah, like a travel from your computer. Yeah. This Las Vegas. All these streams I will put the link in description. And it's funny because before I sketch Venice, and here you have this fake Venice in Las Vegas. It's like Venice here, then here is Paris. And here I start to experiment with this details distribution. Like this building, I avoid all details, and I put more details in here, and I try more focus with details here. So kind of trying to improve this my thing. Don't put too much details. Here are some experiments with portraits. Just try different material and see how they work with watercolor. So for this kind of line I use my favorite Lamy Safari. It's kind of this. Here is from live stream of sketch in Japan. It's like it's Tokyo, and yeah, make some little watercolor of evening situation. Here I was find tutorial about drawing guns, some like 2 important advice. It's like I find tutorial in ArtStation. Also will put link to this tutorial in description to this video. So here like one tip, it's about have like 4 basic elements, 4 important essential elements. It's like barrel, bolt, buffer, and magazine. And when you sketch, like if you want to design your like sci-fi gun and stuff like that, so you should consider these elements, because like magazine he connected like place near bolt always, yeah. And here second tip, it was about to be sure all 5 fingers can have enough space for 5 fingers on a gun handle. So, and also one this finger to place inside here trigger. So it's no matter what kind of gun, it should have these 2 things. Here again from this Instagram Earth World. So like there are a lot of photo portraits, very cool. They're very interesting emotions and very interesting people face types. So here I was experiment, like make background, some gouache background. Then I use this high-tech gel pen. And again, it's like this very important thing here, what I actually practice, it's to make shapes of light and shadow. So first I make this like just light area, shadow area, and then just put some details. But what most important, what I want to improve myself, it's designing this light and shadow. It's most important, I think, in the portraits. Well, not only portraits, also in the figures, compositions. Just work with big forms, with big shapes, with big concepts, and then when you figure out big elements, you can work with small details. So here also live stream, I was draw this in Japan. Yes, this bridge, rainbow bridge in Japan, probably Tokyo too. Yeah, Tokyo. So here is just watercolor and pencil. Here again some practice of drawing Hong Kong with a perspective grid. So first I'll make orange lines and then draw all these details. Some notes from design workshop. Again, perspective grid. Here's some watercolor studies. Again, experiments, just try different technique. So here you see, here it's just line, like kind of Mobius style, just line with some small shadings, and then I try to apply some shadow area to line. So this is how it looks when you make first line and after put shadow. And same here, you can see this one first I was made line and after apply shadow with this watercolor. But on the right, on this version, I made a line and shadow from beginning. I was drawing from beginning, like designing light and shadow area, so you can see what is difference. I kind of find this is more impressive when you from beginning you are designing right away, you're designing this light and shadow area, so it's look more clear, more deliberate. Here it looks like, yeah, you can see, you can feel it's like afterwards put shadow, it doesn't seem like so natural like here. It's already look like something secondary, but here it's not secondary, here it's like one unit, one solid image. Same like here, I was drawing like from beginning, designing light and shadow. From beginning designing light and shadow area. So here is no lines, it's just brush. Here was brush and afterwards I draw a line. Here I do this first brush for light and shadow, and after use pencil to make details, and here only pencil. Same idea, first just make pencil light and shadow, and second step start to make details more clear, just to make sure it's readable. So it's like before I was sketching, I think it's kind of wrong approach, like start from detail, drawing all these elements, and afterwards try to think about shadow and light. But now I see, no, it's like shadow, light, and very general. It's like face proportion. So light and shadow, it's also important, this visual shape proportion of a face. So you need from beginning establish what is the relationship of light and shadow. Like here in my face have now this more cold light and this yellowish side, right? So it's kind of light and shadow area. So you also should consider this relationship, like what is shape of light area and what is shape of shadow area. It's a very, very cool element. And only after this you just define these important details. Also don't go too far for details. And this kind of from general to small elements is very good way to organize your work. Here it was live stream where I was sketching, make like watercolor sketch of sunrise in Chicago. So it's like real time was happened sunrise, and I was trying to capture this color gamut, color palette of this composition. So like first it was more like this, like brown, then I start to get some blue, pink colors, and then like green colors appear. So it's very, very, very interesting practice. It's really very cool. Get you to improve your watercoloring. Yeah, and again here, practice of perspective grid from my Hong Kong photos. And again here's perspective grid with light and shadow. Just make these shapes of light and shadow. and I don't draw lines this time, because I want just to keep it as an example how it works when you first make light and shadow. Same here, I made first light and shadow, but afterwards I make some lines with my lamy. So apply some black ink. So you just kind of try different approaches, different combinations of tools, different sequences. Like first make pencil, after make brush, or first make brush, after make pencil, first make ink, after make brush, or try all these different approaches to see which approach will be more suitable. Here's a sketch of my wife after work, she retired, and here our cat Masha, also relaxing together. And again some Earth's world sketches, practices light and shadow. So you see here, so amazing just how light and shadow makes this fantastic precise mood, like very important to show character, to show like face features. It also makes this drama, you know, when you put like eyes in a shadow, it's like very special drama to this. Or is this one? And this like shapes itself, they're very, very interesting, very beautiful. Like how this shape of a light and the shape of shadow. It's kind of this also very important practice just of making abstract shapes, which can be applied for everything. You can draw group of people as one shape. You can draw a group of objects, elements. You can draw shadow, like cast shadow. So many things, and you always should to think as like a relationship of shapes, relationship of light and shadow, of like dark, light and middle shapes, stuff like that. Yeah, so thank you for watching. It's kind of my 2021 sketchbook. I have a couple more sketchbook which I also half finish. Later I will finish them and make review of them. Yeah, so see you next video. Subscribe channel, watch more videos, check out videos in description, and write something, comments, and maybe have some question or advice. So anything, we'll glad to see your comment. So see you.